It looked like a fairly close first period. What went wrong there in the second?
Yeah, I mean, obviously their power play got going there. I believe it was three in a row. It's a top power play. You know, it's a really good power play. You give them that many chances, they can be dangerous and get feeling good, and that's exactly what happened.
JT, just you guys had the two power play chances in the first period, including some 5-on-3. I mean, not being able to convert on that, did that kind of sap some momentum away from you guys?
I don't think so. I think that we're in a good spot after the first. I think that that we got some good chances on the 5-on-3. I think Cat had an empty net he missed, and there were some good chances. I don't think it really zapped us. I think we still were in a pretty good spot.
And obviously all these games have been different early on here, but to have three-goal losses this early in the season, what do you kind of see into account for what the struggles have been, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, obviously playing in our own end, defending the rush, sorting things out when we're coming back into our own end. These are all things that we work on every day, and it's obviously very early in the season. Things that we have to continue to work on, continue to get better at, and yeah, those are the most important things for us right now. Is just how we defend, and I think the rest of the stuff will kind of happen on its own. The goals and everything will kind of stem from defending well and getting the puck back.
Ben, how important is it not to just dig yourself too big of a hole here this early on in the season?
Yeah, very important. It's only a couple games, but and we're playing top teams every night. That's a team that's been to the Final Four a couple times now in the last couple years. So we're playing stiff competition, which is good for us early in the season. It's a good measuring stick, and it shows us where we got to get to. We got a lot of work to do. Thankfully, it's early in the season, and we can kind of learn our lesson early, as opposed to fooling ourselves early on, winning a couple easy ones, and then facing teams like this down the stretch when we really need those points.
Ben, you guys spent such a focal point on team defense in the preseason. Why do you think that doesn't look like it's translated?
It's not something you just flip a switch and it happens. It's not just guys knowing the structure. We have a lot of offensive-minded players, guys that want to go on offense. To get those kind of guys to buy into playing defense, it takes time. It's a process to buy in. You hear teams every year talk about buying into what the coaches are preaching, and we're in that process right now. And it doesn't just happen one night, 2 nights. It takes time, and you gotta have lessons like tonight make you change it in a hurry.
JT, I know they have a power play, but for them to score on their first 3, I mean, what did you guys need to do better on the PK?
Yeah, I think almost a little bit of like when you play a team back to back, try to make a couple adjustments that didn't really work, and got away from being aggressive. Gave them a little too much time to set up, and those guys are pretty crafty when they have time, and made us pay. I think that that's a learning lesson, and we're better when we're a little more aggressive on the PK, and we were missing that tonight.
You guys had 3 goals in each of the first 2 games and 3 goals since. Are you still confident that the offense is going to come?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about the offense in our room. I think the defending is where it's going to start and be most important, and we got plenty of guys that can score in our locker.
What did you see then in the second period?
Very similar to the first. The whole period was flipped on special teams. We come out the first, and we get the first 7 shots on net, and that's with a couple of looks. We get a set play on a 5-on-3. We have full open net. We don't execute. A couple pucks lying around there. They score in their first chance, and they score in the power play. All of a sudden, we're down 2-0 in the first. And then I thought we had a great start to the second. Obviously, we put one in. We get a couple chances after that, and then special teams took over, and obviously we didn't execute.
Derek, it's twice down 4 games. Things have kind of snowballed there in the second period. 3-goal outbursts. Are you seeing anything there?
No, special teams tonight, 100% special teams. The outburst was obviously their power play goals, which was 3 of them to extend the league. So, big part of the game, we didn't execute. That was it. There's some things within our 5-on-5 that we can take away from this are fairly positive, but this game got away from us on special teams.
It's only 4 games, but you guys stress defense, goalies keeping the pucks out of the net, and special teams going in. Except for maybe the one game, all those things have really.
Yeah, special teams again tonight. That's 3 on the power play, and it's momentum. Again, it's a frustrating game in that we start very well, and they score in their first chance in the first power play. We find ourselves down 2-0 when we've played a pretty good period. So it's only 4 games, and they all looked a little bit different. But this one just got away from us in special teams.
You're playing the Rangers back to back. What did you try to adjust on the PK, and what did it?
We just got slow on it. I think we got you get a little gun shy when you lose some confidence in your penalty kill, and you lose your pace. And again, to their credit, it was, they scored 3 goals from distance, but they got a stick on it, and it's a simple power play, as talented as they are. And again, I just thought we got a little slow with our pace, a little slow with the rotation, to give them a little time to move the puck around the perimeter and get their looks.
Some of
Derek,
those
were you looking
penalties
to
too,
get
do you
us-
need to be a little more disciplined?
I would have to look back. I would say, again, I'd have to look back at the penalties. I don't know if they, if they stood out. I don't like the hold of the stick, because that started on a turnover, and then we get extended D zone time, and again we're 2-1 in the second. We're pushing. It feels really good, and then we take the penalty. All of a sudden it's 3-1 penalty, 4-1. It's the game.
Derek, were you looking for a spark, or as far as Cam and Alex and all?
Yeah. Again, yes. I'd have to look, of course. Maybe slow it down. The goalie change sometimes is your chance to get a timeout without actually taking your timeout.
You've talked about the toughness of this beginning of the schedule since training camp. When you sit with a 1-3 record 4 games in, do you feel like pressure's mounting on you guys?
I think internally, of course, everything in the beginning of the season is magnified. You're going to go through these type of stretches throughout the year. Just happens to be on the front end. And again, we knew it'd be a tough stretch. It's just a little frustrating the way some of these have played out. Again, I'll take our game in New York. We probably get points against most teams in the league with our performance the other night. And then tonight, again, just our lack of execution on special teams. And again, our start felt really good. I was very confident the momentum of that start was going to lead to a good night. And then even despite being down 2-0, our second period start, again, we had pop, we had energy, we get the early goal, we have some looks around there. And then bang, bang on the power play, and you're down 4-1, and it turns into a bit of a frustrated night. Thanks, guys.